Hey, good morning. This is Joe from Citrus County Porch Life, bringing you a daily word for men for February 1st, 2025. It finally has arrived. I can't believe it. It's starting to warm up here. I don't know, we may get another cold snap before the winter's over, but we have a pretty short winter, sometimes 2 or 3 days. Uh, I've never seen snow, and I've been here since November 2018. Each month begins with a quote. And so the quote, a biblical quote. So for the quote for February is, "Don't be dejected and sad, for the joy of the Lord is your strength." And that is from Nehemiah 8, verse 10, the NLT. And here is the reading for February 1st. And the word is honesty. The king is pleased with words from righteous lips. He loves those who speak honestly. That's Proverbs 16:13 NLT, and that is Solomon speaking. And he must have come across all kinds of people. He had success like his father David, and David greatly expanded the empire. And so, he had all kinds of people, sycophants and yes men, and you name it, just trying to curry favor with him. And it's the same way too with the president, uh, any president or high official. When you think of someone honest, what comes to mind? Authentic, true, real. Is there anything better than a friend or spouse who's honest? This is not speaking of the person who is brash and blurts out their every thought. It's the one who understands themselves and is able to speak truth seasoned with this knowledge. That is not only a trustworthy person, but a breath of fresh air. Why, that's saying a lot. Jesus demonstrated the completeness of an honest person. He seasoned his truth with love and understanding himself in the context of his circumstances. His identity was hidden within his relationship to the Father, so he was sure of himself and he did not need the approval of man. When he spoke, it wasn't for manipulative purposes, and those who were with him could completely trust in his motives. Jesus allows us to be vulnerable and to be an honest friend or spouse. That's also what an honest friend or spouse can do for us. And how does honesty show up in your life? Well, I wrote down three different areas. Uh, I wrote down transactional, meaning the routine things that we do in life. You buy something, you get change. I think I could count about 10 times a person has given me the wrong denomination, and I've always given it back. I don't think I could live with the guilt because they have to uh, reconcile that cash register, and it would be awful if I did that. So it's transactional, and I try to do that in all my affairs. And then honesty in my personal and family affairs. Uh, it was hard growing up in a big family, 10 kids, two parents, trying to keep all the relationships going and trying to be honest with everyone. And when I was younger, I really failed terribly because I wanted to do things and I didn't want to. Yeah, as I grew up, I was becoming my own person and I wanted to do what I wanted to do. Sounds very familiar, that phrase. And I would lie to get the ability to do what I wanted to do. But now I try to be more honest, forthright, tell people, why my sister had begged me to come up for Christmas, go from Tampa area up to Rhode Island, but I just didn't have it in me. I'm still not quite over, my brother Brian freezing to death February 5th, 2023. It hasn't been 2 years yet. And I told her going home is so associated with him. And we had such a close relationship, particularly, when we were younger. That kind of changed when I went off to college and he thought I went to war and he was so happy to see me come home. He thought that I would get killed and I was at the University of Rhode Island. And it really affected me. And I've even done a grief share and that helped. But every now and then I'll go up, but I'm not ready yet to do it. Uh, I really do miss him. Then I broke it down further. It shows up in my relationship with God. Being honest, doing a daily inventory, not only of the things that I messed up, but the things that I did particularly well and giving God thanks for that. And definitely a confession for where I've messed up. And I do it so often, but I like to do it on a daily basis so that it's fresh in my mind and I'm not forgetting things, I'm not minimizing things, and then make amends where I can. This is a direct transplant from the AA program where we work to make amends where we've hurt people in the past. Make amends unless it would do more harm than good. But we can't use that as an excuse to minimize it and say, oh, what I did wasn't that bad. But if it really hurt a person, then we recognize we did wrong and we move on and try never to do it again. So that's my take on being honest. Uh, yeah, it's a good feeling when you can be honest. So God bless you all. Have a safe and blessed day, and we will see you tomorrow as we trudge on now through February.